Hello, my name is Steph. If you'd like to come on in and have a seat for some symbolic support. Yesterday we dropped some ink on this scroll and we scryed it, and as promised we're going to flip it for perspective possibilities to see which shapes and symbols stand out and speak to our psyche and psychic senses. As well, we'll add on tarot and oracle, and where Mr. Ghost Gift is here kicking, as you heard, we have Ghost Tube for any audio additions from the afterlife that may further add to our auric experiences. Overall, please do receive release freely. If you're new, welcome. And if you're returning, welcome home. Let's go. Digging in for some surreal storytelling. I'm going to take a moment. You're welcome to join me. Taking a nice deep breath, closing the eyes, cleansing the palette of perception, releasing the race and the rush, activating the abstract mind and ancient awareness to perceive and receive symbolic support in the name and honor of anyone here at any time. Thank you for being my muse, and may you meet a message with meaning. I always do it tilted. It's so funny. Okay, that's fine. You know the drill as well. If you see, sense, or feel any shapes, symbols, stories, spirits coming through, please feel well to comment below. Drop an emoji. Any interactions is appreciated. Oh, some sort of connection from birth.
Here.
Like, yeah. A connection since birth. I'm also seeing a bear. Okay, I'm digging right in here. Oh my goodness. Okay, hold on. I feel like I'm going to say baby dinosaurs because that's just how I'm seeing it. Could also be, no, I'm going to say two bear cubs if bear symbol is standing out to you or means anything to you. Can I see myself? No, I'm good.
Food.
There is also a big bear here. There's the ears. But I feel like when I wander into big bear, these are the nostrils. Possibly even tiger energy. Interesting. Like I kind of want to wander over into the tiger energy. Like specifically like Tony the tiger. You're great. That's. And then I want to wander over to a panda bear. Imagine if all the Care Bears were panda bears. Black and white, balanced, but different, like zebras and cows. All these different stripings and shapes, and okay, like a tiger stripe, or okay, all these different shapes and configurations of. It's almost like I'm seeing different yin yang expressed, if that made any sense. I just for a moment want to plop in if somebody from this rabbit hole that's here, if there's somebody from your childhood. I'm seeing a rainbow over it as well, so I feel like this connection is aurically protected. Excuse me, just say, Johnny, can we hear you? You know what that brought me into is Dirty Dancing. She said, Johnny. She's yelling at him from... I don't know, it's a nice moment anyway. He just turns and looks at her. Anyway, sorry. But it is kind of like maybe it is a love connection.
Why is he here?
I feel like I'm at a playground. And where this rainbow is... Okay. Where the rainbow is, depending on what still happens in playgrounds nowadays, at least back in my day, they would have like these metal domes, like with all, I don't know, you could just, like monkey bars, but they're not monkey bars. It's like just like this domey thing, and you could like climb over. It's so dangerous, but nonetheless, I don't know if they still have that, but it's kind of like one of those. And seeing the structure of the rainbow through, though I'm seeing this from the playground like
I'm
metal.
Scared.
It is scary. Like, did you ever climb those things? Or at least me, I'm like, ooh. Especially if you're watching somebody else do it. Because if you think you're going to fall or slip, if it was raining or, you know, here in Canada anyway, if it's snowy and wet, you feel like you're going to smash and break your teeth or something like that, or bonk your head because it's all metal. Anyway, so, but it's like seeing the structure of the rainbow in this dome, like metal bars. I feel like I'm in maybe it's even in like the cellular configuration of it.
Blessed.
I don't know if they're triangles or squares, but really I feel like, put some triangles together and it becomes a square. So I don't need to concentrate myself, but that's exactly what I feel like I'm doing right now.
Library.
Okay, I'm going to wander up here. If I didn't say so already as well, I'll put the link below to the OG or Other Side Scry. Something's popping out of a cake. Yeah, it's not a cake. But that's the feeling. Oh, joy and happiness. That's lovely. It's up here. So, if a Cabbage Patch Kid was being born, what are you? You look like a spicy chipmunk. That's what I'm seeing right now, a spicy chipmunk. If you can imagine a Cabbage Patch Kid growing in the garden and it would be born out of a cabbage, I'm seeing that with like the cake, something popping out of a cake, but it's not the cake. It could be a cupcake. I think it's closer to a flower. The flower, possibly a lotus or a rose or a
Jim.
rose lotus. Hi, Jim. And then it's like this little, what was that? This little thing popping out here. Okay, so there's something about the symbol of the bee being happy that you've opened. I think this is somewhere in your solar plexus, and the way your solar plexus to throat is talking to each other, the way they're working through something. Some sort of stress, I feel, is being released. Joy and happiness. I'm hearing that song. Joy, pump it up, and pain. Keep it going, now sunshine.
Elderly.
And rain. Give it to me, raw bass. Pink, self-love and nurture. Maybe there's something coming out of the shell. Even like if like this beautiful, you would open up a shell and like the Little Mermaid or somebody would be in there. Or the pearl. See, it absolutely could be a shell too. I appreciate that. Okay. There's a fox here. Like here are the... Do you know what? It could be a fox for sure. Here. Like very much with like the eyes looking down.
Sorry.
But these ears are bringing me into specifically... I say specifically and then I'm going to say... lynx or bobcat ears, if those symbols mean anything to you or standing out to anyone. Key to freedom, codependency. This is that connection from, now you might resonate with codependency and be working through codependency. And that's cool. You're doing a great job if that's what you're working through. Like, and creating new connections that are interdependent versus codependent. But they are collaborative and co-creative.
I want one.
And it brings me back here to the two. Now I'm seeing them as hippos versus dinosaurs. It might be twin soul, love, happiness. And when I say twin, it could even be in like in the spirit of my own self, right? The masculine, the feminine, the up and the down, the dark and the light, the this and the that, the yada yada yadas. Something is sitting on a hammock right now. Yeah, there's a spirit in a hammock. I don't know if that's for somebody specific. I'm also getting this fox. I'm trying to determine if it's fierce and clever because it's been watching over. It's amidst trying to get through like the protective aura of this. Do you say torturer? You know, I try not to go there first. I try to be positive. Like I try as like in my choices that I make, but inevitably I have to just honor what I'm hearing. This fox feels like a fox that is trying to impede upon this playpen of this connection. And maybe you know who that is in your life or how it was expressed. If the Three of Wands means anything to you, please follow that. I read the art. Okay, thank you. Excuse me. See this egg with a tree in it? This is like that flower or something,
Jacqueline.
cake popping out of it. This black and white is bringing like this checkered. Okay, it's like having crossed the checkered flag. I gotta sneeze. Sorry, if I'm gonna sneeze, I'm gonna pause it. I don't edit my videos, so the best I could do is pause. But if I need to sneeze, I think it's going away. The checkered flag. You know, like in a race or, you know, loop-de-loos of one track or a few tracks. Somebody's crossed. You might have crossed the finish line in regards to something. And now I'm off to this. I can see this opportunity, this cake, this flower that's opening, blossoming, something coming out of my throat, coming out of my shell. My my shadow shell is supporting the shine of the light pearl. And other times, while it may seem, I'm going to say less likely, or it's more of not an anomaly, but rare, that every so often there's a light shell that holds a black pearl. Yeah. Makes complete sense. I don't know how.
Healing.
Because, thank you. And maybe it's saying those healing words. And there's something about pollinating by opening up my throat, clearing my throat. Also in the next season, this fall season, or wherever you are in relation to fall season or your next fall season, might be very significant. I do feel like there's a connection that's coming to, I'm going to say an end in the way it is now. There's an opportunity for it to become stronger, braided together. Maybe it's family DNA or a connection you're choosing to co-create with. And it's like moving in together and then taking the next step to get married, or been dating and now you're going to move in together. Like there's a next step, a next phase. Yeah, it's a whole new world. I don't know why I feel the need to sing all the time, but it's just,
come inside.
It's so a part of me. The world. Do I need to say anything more about that? Probably not. The wheel. And judgments. Whoops. Okay, this is bringing me into Romper Room. Did you ever watch Romper Room? And they would look into the mirror. I can't remember what they would say, so if you do know what the saying was. Is it Romper Room? There's Pokeroo in it anyway.
Agreed.
The world and the wheel. You're making really good judgments on how to proceed towards what makes you happy, what frees your frequencies. There's been some things tied up in my energy, tied up. That's how I'm feeling, if you're resonating and if you're still here. And you know when you braid your hair and then maybe you sleep on it and then you take the braid out and then there's still a kink? And this has a great, if it's done intentionally, you understand the kink. If you're braiding lemongrass and it makes it stronger, or maybe you're going to be burning lemongrass or something that's something braided. This braid feels very important. Whether it's braided DNA, something about maybe lemongrass specifically, and symbolically what it means through a connection with someone or something. How we're braided together and some are being undone, and there's going to be a kink. There's going to be some wavy hair for a little bit, like in the Three of Wands with that wave, but that's okay. You've crossed the finish line already. I feel like I'm growing new legs as I step out into the world. And I do find when I wander to solid connections, interdependent rather than codependent or over independent, right? Inter seems to be interconnected. I feel very stable to do this. I feel very, very safe in viewing myself, like with the Judgment there. I feel very like my world, my aura. I'm suddenly got shot like right out into the like the aura of the rainbow, and I'm seeing it like when I was talking about that checkered flag thing. And if I imagine like a race car track, for the most part, I'm going to say it's like ovally. So imagine the body being in that oval, like the cosmic egg, and each layer, red and yellow and pink and green, purple and anyway, so wandering each of those is a racetrack. The word race isn't the right word, but here we are. It's just a track. And it's like I'm out and I can see me as the driver. But it's like I'm hovering above this, like it's a carpet. You know, when kids get those carpets that you can put roads on and stuff. And you can see the whole layout. And I can see me driving. And all the other racy cars in their lane, thinking they're separate because they're in separate colors or, spectrums, dimensions, insert whatever word feels good, but it's all in the same aura. It feels wonderful. It really does feel, okay, that's what it feels like. It feels like I'm blending with spirit, but my own spirit. Maybe it's my higher self. Maybe it's somebody specifically in the afterlife, but it's like a rainbow aura. And then there's this cup. Oh my goodness. Like a trophy cup. Like you get the trophy. Like you would hold.
It's impossible.
Hold the handle here. You've been very clever. You've been very clever. In a good way. Like taking fox in the good way. Cleverty. So let me clear my throat. I'm going to let this go. I'm going to let this be here. This is like, there's lots of things happening in like my peripheral too. So I'm going to take care of my environment here and see what's going on. But I want to thank you so much for being here. I hope this did inspire, educate, or entertain, or elevate your, excite your eyes, elevate your energy, and enhance your day, your existence experience. I'm so grateful for you, and I will see you again tomorrow. Until then. So much love. Bye. Any closing out words, Ghost Tube? Are you done like dinner? Done like dinner. Cut the deck, not the cheese. With you now. Follow your passion.
21.
Forever 21.